Dragon's Domain. This is Space. 1999, season 1. We're getting close to the end of season 1. It's going to be a sad day because I love season 1, and I heard season 2 is not that good, but we're going to watch for the first time. But let's talk about this episode. This was a banger episode. The story is a 2 out of 2. Perfect score for the story. We got Tony. Tony's a good guy. Him and Koenig go way back. They used to be buddies during the Ultra Probe. They created this Ultra Probe to find this planet Ultra. And they're going to go there and see if they can colonize it. Looks like a nice planet, looks pretty good. You can raise a family, all that good stuff. Tony and his crew go over to Planet Ultra. On the way there, they find a ship of graveyards. Sorry, a graveyard ship, not a ship of graveyards. a graveyard of ships. And it looks awesome. They're floating around. They're all dead in space. You're like, what the hell happened? All of a sudden, this energy being comes in, turns into this tentacle creature, and it just destroys the crew. Like, the tentacles are wrapping around. It's killing them. It's burning them up. It's webbing them up. It's crazy. Tony just barely escapes, comes back, and everyone says, you're gone insane. You're crazy. You killed your crew and you lost your mind. There's no ships out there. There's no monster. There you go. Now, we saw the monster. We saw the ship. So this is one of those episodes where you're hoping that the guy's going to be proven right, because it could just be all in his mind. And I was really hoping it wasn't, and it was not. It was real. And they do go back and see it, because you fast forward to today, 1999, and the Alphans are getting close to that planet. Tony's having visions of that monster again. Turns out he was right this whole time. Absolutely friggin' awesome. The pacing is a 2 out of 2. This was fast paced. There's a lot of like monster action, like fighting this tentacle creature was bloody great. This had to be one of the better fights of a monster in like a show of that time, maybe ever. If you're looking through like a Doctor Who, if you're looking through a Star Trek or any of these other shows, I think this looks like the best out of all of them. We'll get to the artistry is going to be a 2 out of 2. I can just tell you right now, the pacing's a 2 out of 2. The artistry is a 2 out of 2. Everything looks good. The ship of graveyards, why I keep saying ship of graveyards. Graveyards are ship. The ships looks awesome. All the different styles and designs. I like going back and seeing the crew look a little different. Like Helena's hair is a little bit different. Koenig has the yellow arm, so he's like a data guy. He's not the command. So that's kind of neat. Victor's got a nice blue jacket on, looks really cool. So I like that. I like seeing all of that, and the monster was awesome. The effects on it were really damn good. Again, look, I'm grading this based on the time period. I'm not grading it against Lord of the Rings or something. Right? It looked pretty damn impressive to me, and it was pretty scary. So I like that. Characters, a big time 2 out of 2. I loved everybody's character here. Dr. Russell was good. We see her before, where she had to make the evaluation of Tony, and she didn't buy the story, and she's kind of feels bad and kind of gets a little bit put in her place to be like, yeah, it was real. Koenig, sticking up for his friend to the commissioner, because the commissioner's like, we got to shut this down. Like, we're not going to make money, and they're like, no, you can't shut it down. The probe's great. Tony saw something out there. We got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's go back out there, see what's there. He's like, no. Victor, very neutral. Victor, it's like Victor's my favorite character. This is another great example in this episode, because he wants to be on Koenig's side. He wants to like be with them, but his scientific mind can't get there. So he tries to be as cool with him as possible and on his side without betraying science. And it was a very, very good performance. I really enjoy the characters here. I think they're all very good. And for the enjoyment factor, I'm going to give it a 2 out of 2. I'm giving this a 10. I know I've been giving out 10s like they're free, but they are free. And if it's a 10, it's a 10. Look, I'm not scared to give a 10 out of 10 on an episode if I thought it was awesome. I can't rewrite this to be any better. Like, let's say if Tony, it was all in his mind or something, I would have been a bit disappointed, but it wasn't. So had it been that, maybe I would have given this like an 8.5 or a 9 out of 10, or the artistry would have been the same. The character stuff would have been the same. Speaking of Tony as a character, he was awesome. This guy was all, he made you believe that monster was there. Even though it was there, even if it wasn't there, he made you believe that it was. He was great. Yeah, give it a 10. I mean, why not? Not everything's a 10, but I can't think of anything. I can't think of how I would have fixed this episode to make it better, right? That's, sometimes you're watching a movie like, oh, this was trash. And you're like, why didn't they do this, and you've got like 7 points, it's like, well, this didn't make any sense. And that was stupid. And this character sucks. And then you rate it accordingly, but I can't give you any negatives. I can't think of anything bad that happened in this episode. So it's a 10. That's it. Easy peasy. Guys, check out the Space reviews. I've got tons of stuff in the classic TV playlist, doing Batman 66. Can't wait for you guys to watch some of that stuff. Wonder Woman's in there as well. A lot of good stuff. Thanks for watching. Until next time.
Hey friends, you've just been listening to J-Man, and he is the smartest person who ever lived. So make sure you like and subscribe.